today the topic that we're working on our learning is identify functions or not a function. This is probably the easiest topic that you are going to see so far. Identify functions or not a function. Now, first of all, what is the definition of a function? Function is a relation. So function is a relation for which each value from the set of the first component, which is x, of the order pair is associated with exactly one value of the other second, which is y. So if I have to tell you in easy words, I am going to say something as a function is where every value of x, or where each value of x of x is also called input, is associated or related, something similar to that, where each value of x input is associated with single or just one. Or just one value of y. Y is also called output. So this is the most important thing that you have to remember. Function is where each value of x is related or associated with just one value of y, or single value of y. So it should not, single value of x should only be connected with one value of y. It should not go to the other value of y. That would be wrong. So each value of x should be paired with only one value of y. That is your definition of a function. Now, identify function, we actually have to identify in the order pair, table, mapping, and graph. So first look at the order pair. Order pair is x comma y. So when we have to identify our function in the order pair, the thing that we have to pay attention is the x. And for function, I spell it as function. That is the spelling of function that I spell. Why? Because this helps me remember I'm only looking at the x. So your condition is x should not repeat. There should be only one value of x. It should not be repeated more than once. So what you do is either you circle or highlight just the x values. 3, 4, 5, 2. 3, 4, 5, 2. All of them are different. So this is a function. If it's not a function, I should have a repeated value of x. So let's first identify our x. 4, negative 3, 4, negative 4. Okay. So if you notice, 4 and 4, this is repeating. So x equals 4 is repeating. That is why it is not a function. So not x equals 4 is repeating. This is why it is not a function. Why the upper one on the top is function? No value of x is repeating. So that's what you have to remember. It is super easy to identify on the tables. All you have to do is look at your x values. 3, 4, 5, 7. All values of x are different. So this is a function. No x is repeating. So your reason is no x value is repeating. All of them are different. If it's not a function, let's see which value of x is repeating. 4, 4. So again, x equals 4 is repeating. You should always know the reason which value of x was repeating if you have a not a function. So order pair and tables are pretty much very easy. This is called mapping. This is the first oval, the numbers, these are x and these are y values. X is also called input. So this is my input and my result is the output. So y is also called output. Now, the first thing you're going to do whenever you have mapping, let's make a table so that we can see if it's easy or not. So I'm gonna write down the values of x and then they are where they are connected. So first value of x is 3. And if you look, when 3 is the input, x, y is 1. So y is 1. So I'm done with the 3. 4, there was no other line, so I'm done. 4 is linked with 5. So 4 is linked with 5. No other, so good. 5 is linked with 3. 7 is with -2. 3, 4, 5, 7. This is a function because no x value was repeating. This is my reason. No x was repeating. Again, in your mapping, your x, y, the first thing you are going to do is let's make a table and see which value of x was repeating. 3, one line is going towards 1, so 3 is linked with 1, I'm done. 4 is linked with -2. And 4 is also linked with another value of y, which is 5. So that is wrong. Each value of x should be only connected with single value of y, but you see that 4 is connected with 2 different values of y. So this makes it a not a function. Then you can check 5. 5 is only linked with 3. It works, but it's already not a function because 4 is repeating. And 7 is with 1. So this is not a function, and this is where the definition comes. It is not a function because x equal 4 is linked with 2 different values of y. So 4 was linked with 2 different values of y. That is the reason it is not a function. So this is very important definition. You need to pay attention to this one and you need to remember this one. X should always be linked with only one value of y. So let's write it down one more time. So your definition of function is each value of x must be with just single value of y. That's the key to remember. The fourth representation is a graph. Now graphs are super easy as well because you have to perform vertical line test. It's called vertical line test. So if you know line, that gives you a clue. I'm going to draw a line that is running up and down, a very straight line. So what you do is you draw a vertical line anywhere, a very straight line, and then you see how many times it crossed. This is just once. Over here as well, once. You can draw wherever you want. Over here as well, once. So this is a function. But if you look at the other one, I'm going to draw a vertical line somewhere here. And if you notice, it is one time over here and one time crossed over here. So that's 2. And if you look at the order pair, it is 4, 6, and this one is 4, -5. 4 and 4 is repeating. That is the reason this is not a function. So you draw the vertical line and check how many times it is repeating. It should only cross once. This is repeating twice. I can show you another one. You can draw a vertical line here as well and then see, okay, 1 time, 2 times. Not a function. Because graph, the vertical line crossed the graph more than once. Okay, so this means it was repeating. So this makes it not a function.